Alright, so you guys have been asking a lot about this, my personal hero tier list, which I have up here. And what you will also see in this video is a quick explanation for each hero, at least my opinion about them. And lastly would be the different sample team compositions that I can offer to you. First up, on this tier list that you see here, I did not necessarily give rankings for everyone. Instead, I posted each hero on where I think they would fit and how efficient are they. You will see in this list some of the exclusive heroes, specifically Sino and Pave, but we won't include them in the discussion for now because we want to focus on the free heroes only. So then, feel free to just take a screenshot of this tier list that I made, and we'll go on ahead to discuss each hero, and even where to get them. Okay, to discuss the heroes, first off, please forgive me for the format of these pictures because I just made everything via Excel and just did screenshots from here. Our first hero is Pear, who is a pretty solid tank, and he is your only tank all the way up until you finish the story, because that's the only time where you will get Switzer, who is your second tank. Next is Rina, who is also a starter character for the game. It's just me, but I don't like her, so I would get rid of her as soon as I can. Our third story character is Cordelia, who I also do not prefer, so as soon as I can get Eileen or even Airhorn if I'm going magic team, I would get rid of her. And our final story character is Ophelia, definitely a must keep all the way even up until the end because she is a pretty solid healer and she's able to buff the highest attacker of the team also. For the last two Geffen heroes, Naki and Kana, I don't really have anything to say to them, mainly because we wouldn't want to pull on the Geffen draws at the start. We would rather pull at Prontera or even Morroc. So yes, as my personal choice, it's a hard pass for them too. Now we are at the Prontera heroes, and this is the part where you need to decide which will be your final team, because by the time you reach Prontera, you will only have 2 or maybe 3 general contracts as of this time. First is Airhorn, who will be up for consideration for a magic team. Pretty good definitely as a single target hitter, because that would mean he would hit extra hard as compared to an AoE skill. Then the next acquirable character will be Lucia, where I think she's a pretty solid character, but she shines more for PvP, so it's up to you if you want to use her or not for PvE. Next is Eileen, who I think is a must-have character whether you're using a physical team or magic team. Her heals will definitely carry you hard throughout the story. Then we have Modan. Do check out that list on where to get him because a lot of people are asking that. So I think Modan is the preferred mage over Airhorn because of his AoE skills. I guess you could say that's more useful when it comes to PvE. Now for Surf, if you're going for a physical team, Surf Morroc is definitely a must-have. Her DPS is so strong that she can even compete with the likes of Sino. Now we have Victoria. I personally don't have any experience using her, but she's supposed to be risky to use because of her HP sacrifice requirement for her skills. Now for the Morroc heroes, where the main problem for these heroes is that we get them so late in the game that we need to play catch up for them in order to get strong. First up is Kariot, where she is a personal favorite for me because she has def debuff plus her skills have a pretty fast cooldown compared to the others. And then we have here Bard, who is a top tier support for the magic team, but again, for me magic team is so hard to grow that it will require a lot of transition with the characters. Natalie is another personal favorite for me for a melee team because she gives attack speed plus at rank 10 she also gives attack buffs to the team. And then we have here Switzer, which a lot of people would like to have. She's the second tank of the game, but she's so hard to get because you pretty much have to finish the story before you can get her. And for an anticlimactic ending for our heroes discussion, we have Shaolin, who's pretty strong, but her weapon seems to be lacking because it only gives attack speed and dexterity. And lastly, we have Nur, who I have no idea what to say because I still couldn't get him because his quest is so hard to complete. So that's it for our heroes discussion, and the last topic is a quick sample for a physical team and a magic team. For a physical team composed of 3 units, I'm looking at Natalie, Eileen, Surf, and Carriot. No need for a tank because Natalie and Carriot should be enough to block the damage. In terms of transitioning units, you can first remove Cordelia and Rena when you acquire Eileen and Surf, and then later you can remove Pear and Ophelia when you acquire Carriot and Natalie respectively. Now for the magic team of Switzer, Bard, Modan, and Airhorn, I think this requires a lot of transitioning because it will not be easy if you plug in all the mages right away. I do think your first step will be to keep Pear and Ophelia, and then you can grab Eileen and Modan maybe to replace Cordelia and Rena. And then I think you should only transition to this final team when you're level 50 plus because it's really that hard to maintain a magic team. But then again, that's just my opinion. So that's it for this video, guys. Just to leave a final note, let me invite you to my Discord server. I'll leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you on the next one.